Greetings, YouTube. Should be with me now. All right, let's see. Let's have a look. Where's my pop-out chat? That's old. That's fresh. Cool. Let's take a look at the news, huh? I don't know what we got cooking this morning yet, but we will see. There we go. Cool. Let me see if Steph is at it this morning. I see her out there in chat. Hello. How you doing? We got some stuff from the weekend. Oh, there we go. 29 minutes ago. Cool. Yeah, we got some stuff here. You are the best, Steph. Thank you. Hope your travels have gone well. I don't know if you're back yet or what, but... All right, let's see. Yeah, we'll start back into yesterday some. For those that missed it. What's going on here? Mitch McConnell. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's in the hospital. Yeah, he's hospitalized. Saltwater Rabbit says, will you be on this evening? I really enjoy listening to your show on my evening walks as part of my mental health routine now. It's nice to hear. Thank you. And I guess I just assume I'm not that fun to listen to. But thank you. Monday. I don't know if I don't know if we have someone worked out still on a permanent basis for the evening slot on Monday. But we'll see. If not tonight, obviously Tuesday through Thursday, of course, every week. But Monday is... I'm not too sure about, because I don't remember if we got that like permanently passed off to someone, or if it's just kind of like whoever can cover it right now. We'll see. Anyway, let's see what's going on with Mitch McConnell. He's been in the hospital for 15 freaking days. Undisclosed reasons. I might be letting a little secret out here the rest of the world may not be aware of, but it's because he's old. It's because he's really fucking old.
Desiree Townsend here in Washington, D.C., outside of George Washington University Hospital, where Senator Mitch McConnell is reportedly being hospitalized. Now, this will mark the 15th day of his stay here at the hospital.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, thank you for reminding me of that stuff. So Monday is worked out. It's an extended tavern show. So they run for 4 hours on Monday, which is awesome of them.
The heels after spending
nice bunch of people. They're the best. So that's cool.
8 days in the intensive care unit at the same hospital back in February, according to sources at the hospital. So each day that Senator Mitch McConnell remains hospitalized at the tender age of 84 increases the probability that he will not return to the Senate. So the implications of this are critically important for Americans, as the Republicans have a very slim majority in the Senate of only 53, now 52 senators, well below the 60-vote threshold required to pass most legislation. So that means you can forget the SAVE Act passing. It will be a miracle getting the Clarity Act to pass, and that's only if Rand Paul also decides to support this legislation.
Gracious.
legislation, and most importantly, without a vote by Senator McConnell or a replacement through a special election in Kentucky, we will most certainly see a government shutdown in October. So now, let me go ahead and show you.
Convenient for, you know, Mr. Thune and friends.
So behind here, so that we've got the hospital behind here, might be a little bit hard to see. There are two Capitol Hill police vehicles, black vehicles. Now, these vehicles have the same detail of people who are assigned to Senator Mitch McConnell at Capitol Hill. So they are still here as of today, Sunday, June 28th. I'll come back tomorrow and give you an update then, but the fact that he is still hospitalized after 15 days, being 84 years old, is not a good sign. And unfortunately, in my next video, you'll understand the implications of this and why Congress might need to do something moving forward, as we have an aging Congress.
That's putting it nicely. Yeah, wow. Way to go, Mitch. Freaking jackhole. Okay. Oh, we got more business down here too. Stephen Miller.
Administration consider Haiti a safe country?
I can't hear that. It's coming out of the wrong speaker. I'll play it for you guys.
Haitians, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, so for, I mean, yes, Haitians live in Haiti. It's not our position that Haitians should leave Haiti. I mean, it'd be crazy for us to say that Haitians couldn't live in Haiti. It's their country. Of course Haitians should live in Haiti. There's no viable asylum, or use a technical term here, CAT claim, or withholding claim for any Haitian seeking relief from going back to Haiti, to their homeland. The fact that there might be pockets of Haiti where there's higher crime rates, guess what? There's pockets of Chicago
not my problem.
with crime rates just as high, right? There's pockets of cities like St. Louis with crime just as high. Pockets of Los Angeles with crime just as high. It has never been the case that having communities that have high crime rates is a basis for asylum. Never has been, never will be. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Does the administration consider Haiti a safe country?
For Haitians, absolutely.
So
Yes.
funny. These freaking people. All right.
According to this new report from Axios, a bunch of centrist House Democrats are, quote, preparing for war if the new slate of far-left members who just won their Democratic primaries ultimately end up joining their ranks in Congress and try to hijack the House floor to extract ideological concessions. 13 House Democratic members and candidates signed on to a Promise to America initiative. They're pledging to stay true to centrist principles, including capitalism over socialism, fiscal discipline, strong borders, and pride in the United States. Among them, current House Reps Tom Suozzi, Adam Gray, Laura Gillen, Don Davis, Kristen McDonald-Rivet, Josh Gottheimer, Maggie Goodlander, Janelle Bynum, Vicente Gonzalez, and Susie Lee.
It's going to take a little while longer, but you watch. There is going to be a strike back from the center. Both center right and center left are going to unite and strike back at the extremes of both their parties. People are going to get fed up with it. They already are starting to. Myself included in some ways, anyway. Although it's definitely not in others. But you watch. This is like. It's going to take a little while longer for their side, for the left, but it's going to happen. The remaining pockets of sanity, and they are out there on their side, are going to be driven to the point where they're going to have to choose a side of the fence.
Told Axios, quote, there's going to be war, calling the incoming leftist members bomb throwers, not problem solvers. Here's Tom Suozzi.
As we said in our pledge, you know, we're for capitalism, not socialism. We're for safety, not lawlessness. We're proud of America, not ashamed of America. And we need to be promoting those things. And, you know, the far left and the far right, you know, they're all very well organized. But those of us that don't support those far left or far right principles need to do a better job organizing and getting our message out.
This comes after candidates endorsed by the Democratic Socialists of America defeated several well-funded incumbents with the help of endorsements from New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani. Fox's Chad Pergram talked to Congressman John Larson about the fallout.
What did Congress have to do with elections in New York? The voters of New York make up their own mind. We don't control voters of New York. In America, in a free democratic republic, people get to choose their elected representatives. The people of New York have made a decision.
And the result is widely expected to deliver the largest far-left coalition in history after the new candidates join ranks with the current squad members in the House.
I believe in capitalism, so I'm not a socialist. So I don't know whether that's an issue or not.
Look, I think what happens in New York City is sort of just what happens in New York City.
When we have the power, we're not afraid to use it.
The coalition could also pose
shocked to see Ms. Bald-ass Presley be one of them, but hey.
Problem for House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries if Democrats end up taking a majority in November and Jeffries tries to take the Speaker's gavel.
Boy, oh boy. Democrat Cory Booker calls for Democrats to embrace socialism, on the other hand.
We see people in our country that have the courage to stand up. We should applaud that and celebrate that. A lot of people right now are trying to paint the Democratic Party and insinuate division and differences before us. I'm one of these people that believes very clearly. If everybody in your coalition agrees with you on everything, then your coalition isn't big enough. You see, we as Democrats think diversity is a strength, not a weakness. We are folks that think diversity is one of those things that brings together a chorus of conviction and ideas that help to make us strong.
Cute. Could have fooled me. I mean, sure don't look that way. Pardon me. Justice Roberts. Oh, it's a couple days old. Pennsylvania won't participate in the Great American State Fair. Just at all. What? Pennsylvania will not set up a booth on the National Mall for the Great American State Fair event. Unreal. Cited costs and their inability to find local businesses to sponsor the booth. Are you shitting me? No one was willing to sponsor Pennsylvania, one of the 13 original colonies and, you know, home of our original capital. What? No one? I have trouble believing that. Oh, God. Oh, goody. Okay, let's hear it.
Hi, I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., your HHS Secretary. I'm joined today by my good friend and anti-fraud warrior, CMS Administrator, Dr. Mehmet Oz. Healthcare fraud and corruption affect millions of Americans, and maybe even you. The Obamacare marketplace is plagued by fraud, in large part because the Biden administration dismantled basic program integrity guardrails, while partisan lawfare blocked common-sense efforts to protect taxpayers. Today, Dr. Oz and I are exposing one of the latest examples of fraud that we've uncovered. More than 1 million people enrolled in Obamacare without Social Security numbers on file. That is a glaring warning sign of fraud. If even a single person was on Obamacare with no the Social Security number, we should have found out. Why are we paying people who we don't know if they actually exist?
Shady insurance agents and other bad actors have been getting paid to enroll unsuspecting Americans in health plans they never signed up for. These rogue agents have been flooding into healthcare.gov. That's the Obamacare marketplace. They submit applications for fake people, enroll stolen identities, all to collect millions of dollars in improper fees from insurance companies for selling plans they never legitimately sold. Some of these agents refuse to follow basic rules, like providing their client's Social Security number. That, my friends, is a huge red flag.
These fraudsters deliberately pick plans with no premiums. No premiums means no bill. No bill means most people never know that they've been enrolled in a plan that you and I are paying for with our taxpayer dollars.
It's almost like it was designed for it, like from the ground up. It's crazy.
Only people who benefit are the fraudsters.
The Trump administration has zero tolerance for that. So here's what we're doing about it. In May, we took swift action to block this fraudulent behavior directly on healthcare.gov and through our marketplace call center. If an agent wants to be paid, they must follow the rules. No ifs, ands, or buts. They are going to have to provide government-verified information for their clients to be enrolled.
Thanks to this aggressive enforcement strategy, we've already eliminated thousands of fraudulent policies, and we're just getting started. We're also working with insurers to cancel every policy that should never have been issued and recover every taxpayer dollar that was fraudulently paid out.
We're also scaling up our enforcement efforts to prevent these bad actors from finding new ways to manipulate the system ahead of the open enrollment system this fall, because we know the bad actors don't simply stop when you cut off one vulnerable area. The Biden administration let healthcare fraudsters run wild. Thanks to President Trump, those days are over.
To every unscrupulous insurance agent and fraudster exploiting the American people, here's our message. If you steal from the American taxpayer, or if you defraud American families, HHS will find you and we will hold you accountable.
If you're a fraudster, here's our advice to you. Do not walk away from us. Run, because we are going to find you.
We're just getting started. This is the American people's health. This is the American people's money. And the Trump administration is committed to protecting both. Thank you.
What I'd like to see is that the money is paid not to the health insurance or not to the insurance companies, directly to the people into a healthcare account, savings account. And the people buy their own healthcare. Now, the Democrats don't like that because they're owned by the insurance companies. The Democrats are owned by the insurance companies. Obamacare, and I said this for a long time, Obamacare was set up by the insurance companies. They made a fortune. 1,000 points, they're going up 1,000, 1,250, 1,359%. That's all the money pouring in. I want the money to go directly to the people. Let the people buy their own health care. Now, their health care is going to be better, and they'll be paying less money. It's going to be amazing, but we have to get the Democrats to support it, most likely.
Oh, God. Wasserman Schultz says, in years past, she's always brought TPS recipients to press conferences to talk about why they should get amnesty forever. But no one would come forward after the Supreme Court ruled that Trump could deport them. Oh, no. The poor dears.
You know, when I have done a press conference around TPS, and, you know, we've done many.
I bet you have.
I nearly always am able to get a TPS recipient to join me to talk about the impact on their life and what TPS has been able to do for their safety and their security. And
yeah, maybe you should try asking some of the genuine recipients of TPS how all the people that have abused it have now fucking ruined it for them. I don't think she'll be talking to any of those people, though.
End up dead. Or endangered, or sexually assaulted, or brutalized in their home country. But the culture
too bad, so sad.
That Donald Trump has created, understandably, prevented anyone from having the ability to be able to join us this morning. So we press forward. because it is absolutely critical that we make sure that we use our voices to amplify theirs, and I'm using mine.
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah. Get that hair out of my face. Ugh. Middle East quiet for now. Back to being quiet again.
Right now, all is quiet.
Again.
After 2 exchanges of fire between the United States and Iran over the weekend, U.S. officials say technical talks will move forward as planned. This all started late last week when the Iranians launched attacks on shipping vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, firing one-way attack drones at those ships. The U.S. responded with strikes in southwestern Iran. Well, when the Iranians attacked yet another oil tanker, the U.S. ramped up those strikes, going after Iranian military surveillance infrastructure, communication systems, air defense sites, drone storage facilities, and mine-laying capabilities. In response, Iran launched missiles and drones toward Kuwait and Bahrain early Sunday. The goal here for the Trump administration, in short, keep the Strait of Hormuz open and safe. But this week, those more detailed discussions on Iran's nuclear program will proceed.
The president's patience isn't going to last forever. Discussions are ongoing, particularly at a technical level of how to get inspectors in, the downblending, and the other pieces that are focused on ensuring Iran never has a nuclear weapon. But they need to understand their leverage is diminishing by the day. Iran has a choice to make. It's going to be a responsible nation, or it can continue down this path to absolute ruin.
Over the weekend, 60 members of Iran's Assembly of Experts released a statement saying Iran's nuclear rights must not be subject to discussion or dispute. Now, the government body also threatened President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, saying they must be brought to justice. The statement comes as the situation between Israel and Hezbollah plays out on a separate but parallel track. The Israelis launched new strikes against Hezbollah this weekend after Hezbollah killed one IDF soldier.
Oh boy, here we go.
Late last week, there was a diplomatic breakthrough in Washington
as Israel and
Lebanon signed a framework agreement aimed at normalizing ties between the two countries and disarming Hezbollah. The bottom line here, diplomatic tracks do play
out. A lot of good that all did.
Out amid these military flare-ups, and it does appear at this point, according to...
What a train wreck. U.S. Supreme Court set to issue opinions today, 10 a.m. coming up here, 25 minutes or so. Who knows? Could we get the big one? The one everyone's been waiting for? Birthright citizenship? ABC says the Supreme Court is expected to weigh in on birthright citizenship. We'll see. Could be a fun show today.
Before taking its annual summer recess, we are currently awaiting 8 argument opinions, including some big ones. We got birthright citizenship, mail-in ballots, transgender athlete bans, and you thought this would be a lightweight.
Oh, heck no.
Right.
Good times.
High Court expected to wrap up its work before the 4th of July. Then they're not going to meet again publicly until the first Monday in October. Now.
House is back in session this week. Only the House will meet this week. Senate's busy golfing or some shit. Twiddling their thumbs. Trump sets September 1st start for the overhaul of rundown DC golf course, which East Potomac Golf Links. I don't know it. Interesting. Democratic Senator Chris Coons, right, that's his name, involved in a car crash. Yeah, Chris Coons, Delaware. He's the one that has the daughter, right? The one that was like basically abused in public on camera by Joe Biden. Like a freak. That's him, right? I think that's him. Delaware driver experienced a medical incident and collided with several cars, including one in which Mr. Coons was a... Sorry, Senator Coons was a passenger. Sounds like he's all right. July 4th, the week of July 4th, and yeah, the Senate is... Well, where are they really? I mean, who knows? They're not working. Fucking insane. We played that this morning. All right. Trump just posted last night that 2026 deportations are surging past 2025 numbers, according to Mark Wayne Mullen. Good. Don't stop there. Keep the curve going that way. We want it to go that way, all the way up, and then all of them just gone. Sound good? You can do it, guys.
Because we're enforcing the laws, it's inhumane somehow? What's inhumane about taking care of our kids? As a father of 6 with 3 young girls, I will do whatever I have to do. I will move heaven and hell to go find these kids. And guess what? The same individuals that the Democrats want to demonize every single day, which is our law enforcement, is out there doing that job. And I am proud as I can possibly be to sit here as secretary to say, because of our relationship with DOJ, with HHS, and this administration, we're going to find you. And those that preyed on these young kids, we're going to bring you to justice. Because we're enforcing the laws, it's inhumane somehow? What's inhumane about taking care of our kids? As a father of 6 with 3 young girls, I will do whatever I have to do. I will move heaven and hell.
Something weird going on with one of my bots in the background. One moment. Okay. Strange issue. All right. Parents warned of YMCA camps' transgender inclusive policies for cabins and restrooms. No. What? No. Hey, why? The heck happened to them? I mean, obviously we know what, but like, seriously. Degenerates, that's what happened. Homos took over. And bada bing. July 1st is the 50th anniversary of the National Air and Space Museum. Gerald Ford opening it back in 1976. Wow. Interesting. Wish it was a little higher quality, but man, that is pretty neat. Trying to see if I like recognize any exhibits that haven't really changed much. But maybe this guy. If you've never been there, you really should go. It's it's just such a freaking cool place. So neat. Chuck Schumer booed at New York City Pride Parade. No one likes Chuck. I don't know why they don't like him. He's married to a dude. I mean... The cannons are back after a riotous mob destroyed them while attempting to tear down the Jackson statue back in 2020 in Lafayette Park near the White House. Footage from back then. Disgusting. And animals, man. Here they are. Pieces of history. Fucking animals just don't care. They don't give a shit. This is what happens to people who desecrate or even think about desecrating our great monuments, statues, or fountains. Destruction of government property. Defense attorney. Damaging or destroying property owned or controlled by the federal government is a federal offense under Title 18 U.S. Code 1361. Convictions can lead to prison sentences of up to 10 years, depending on the value of the damaged property. Which, in the case of stuff like that, I imagine is immense. It's quite a bit. U.S. military working around the clock to airlift life-saving aid, first responders, disaster experts, and various heavy equipment to Venezuela. That's a chonky plane, those things. Amazing. So cool. Look at that. Okay. Former President Joe Biden appeared uncertain about where to exit the stage after delivering the keynote address at the Maryland Democratic Party's Fight Back and Win Gala near Baltimore.
I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh my God, he looks horrendous. Look at... Ah!
I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Still doing it. Fucking retard. Probably the way you came in, buddy.
And now, Now, join me in welcoming.
I love you.
Venezuelan Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello prevents U.S. rescue team from helping earthquake victims? What? Why is that? What's his problem?
There's somebody right over there that was trying to help. You don't want to help the person over there?
Wish we could hear what's being said here. Like, what is he saying? Like, what's his fucking problem? Any more info here? Not letting U.S. aid through. Stepping in. Needs a visit from Rubio. Indeed. Oh, apparently has a reputation for having stolen millions of dollars. Continuing to steal. Wow. Why on earth would someone do that? Massey lashing out after being asked about allegations from a woman claiming to be his ex-girlfriend who says he offered her money and sought an NDA. For what?
To clear up the stuff you're...
Money for what and an NDA for what?
Ex is saying about you with the NDA that you pressured her to sign an NDA for wrongful termination.
Oh, she was an employee?
True what she's saying about you?
Who are you with?
With Fox Digital.
It's all false.
And what she said about you and Boebert having an intimate relationship?
It's all false.
Fucking Boebert.
Why do you think she's out there saying it? Was it because of the primary, ahead of the primary? What do you think is motivating it?
When did you all become a tabloid? Seriously, dude.
Well, no, I just thought I would give you a chance to respond because you've never been able to tell your side of the story, that's all. But anything you could say.
So let me ask you. I heard that you like gay porn. Is that true?
I just wanted to give you a chance, your side of it. That's
yeah, but the difference, Tom, is that you're just saying, like, there's someone that worked for you that is saying this, not just you making it up on the spot and then recording it.
No, I'm not going to get into that.
Are you a real news organization?
Yeah. Like, if there's something to that, I'm not saying there is. Who knows, like, ridiculous allegations get made about people. But if there is something to that, I would say that his constituents deserve to know. Not that it really matters for much longer anyway, but still. DC fountain. Nice. It's looking beautiful again. He's back to New York City. Insanity. Oh my gosh. I mean, here you are, buddy. In short shorts and cowboy boots. We're somehow expected to believe that people aren't free, and also on top of that, take you seriously. Okay.
Run the people over. They're with us. You understand? It's not that hard.
A gang of homosexuals on bicycles blocking police vehicles.
That's not a big deal.
But they really ought to consider charging these people under anti-gang laws or something. Something ridiculous, equally ridiculous. It's fucking absurd.
I don't care what you have to say, okay?
Oh, meanwhile, yeah, a so-called doctor, Lindsay Doe, had a mobile sex education tour, just sexologist, and parked her very graphically graphic truck right out front of a children's park / playground in LaGrange, Illinois. Hey kids, are you curious about sex? Come talk to Dr. LaGrange over here in this truck / RV with tinted windows, complete with multicolored female genitalia. Yes, children. Come on into the RV. I'll answer all your questions. Maybe we'll go for a little ride. How disturbing is that? She probably gets, like, city money to do this kind of shit. Wouldn't shock me one bit. I don't know where she's from. Just right out in the open. Oh yeah, and by the way, she also previously put out a video saying pedophilia is a sexual orientation. So yeah, there's that. It's almost like she's one of them. More chaos in New York City. Okay, then. All right. What is this creature I'm looking at here? Why are we living like this? We need, like, I don't know, like a penal colony in Africa or something that we can just send them all to. Not all, like speaking of the skin color broadly, not suggesting anything like that, but these ones have gots to go. If they don't want to live in something resembling a society, well, we'll just send them back on a ship. They can go do their thing back in the homeland. At this point, I'd be willing to help fund the ticket. For the cost of freight, whatever. Ridiculous.
This sign is the source of the controversy. The church says they post different religious messages on the sign, but some in the LGBTQ plus community say they find some of those messages offensive. Several dozen protesters waving rainbow flags and carrying signs outside the church on busy Palatine Road. They say they're here to counteract the messages the church is sending out.
Our goal was to let other residents of Palatine know what this church preaches and that Palatine is better than that.
Church members are gathered here as well, looking on at the protest. The protesters insist this is a peaceful demonstration, but one they feel strongly about. The church is right across the street from a school, and some of the protesters say they're concerned about the messages the kids
you don't say
are receiving. One message.
They just love them some kids, don't they?
Says ditch pride, embrace humility.
It is important that we're here to stand up for those in our community who are being marginalized and who are being ostracized clearly in this way.
The pride flag has also been an issue in Palatine recently. Many of these protesters have lobbied the city council to fly a pride flag outside City Hall. The council, however, has refused, citing a village ordinance. And the pastor at the New Hope Community Church refuses to change the message on his sign, but he says he doesn't mind the protesters.
That gives us a chance to share God's truth. I wish they'd come every day so we can have conversations.
The pastor says the messages he posts on the sign are appropriate to the season, like Christmas or Easter. And June happens to be Pride Month.
Just so everyone is aware, these same people are also at City Hall in this town protesting for their pride flag to be raised at City Hall, which they keep getting denied. But here's footage of them. Of course, they've got their rainbow attire. All these people do is protest. They've got nothing better to do. Just watch.
Polarizing opinions were unveiled at tonight's Palatine Village meeting over a topic not on the council's agenda, flying the pride flag in front of the village hall.
Flying this flag would be a little discriminatory.
We need to show others that Palatine is a community that supports all of its residents.
In the months leading into Pride Month, a group of Palatine residents rallied to fly the pride flag, but hit a roadblock.
We started emailing all our village council members and asking them if they would put it on the agenda to fly the flag. We got very direct no's.
The current code of ordinances in Palatine authorizes the flags of the United States, the state of Illinois, the village of Palatine, and POW MIA.
So there it is. That's it. That is all the ordinances allow for. The United States, flag of Illinois, and these other, that's it. You cannot have your rainbow pride flag, but there they are with their rainbow chalk, drawing rainbows on the sidewalk or in front of City Hall. It's just, it's madness. We need to stop pandering to these people. It is insanity.
All right. HOA in California tries to ban American flags before July 4th. Wow. Residents push back hard. San Marcos. California residents are furious after the HOA demanded they take down the flag or face $100 fines. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Terms of biggest cases could be released.
Yeah, let's see what's going on in the Supreme Court here. Should be happening right about now. We're 5 minutes after 10, so we should have rulings starting to roll in.
Justices break for summer recess. This may include opinions on the president's executive order limiting birthright citizenship from kids of illegal aliens and the issue of biological men and female sports. Fox News contributor and Rage of the Republic author, law professor Jonathan Turley joins us right now. Professor, it's good to see you in person. All right, so you're the professor and I'm just a student. But when it comes to the birthright citizenship, it doesn't look like it's going to go the president's way. But during the oral argument, it didn't seem there was much conversation on the original meaning of it, which it was for the kids of slaves.
That's right. You could tell in Chief Justice Roberts' comments that the weight of history was heavy for him in terms of precedent. But what was often missed is that some of the people who wrote the 14th Amendment said this does not apply to birthright citizenship, and there's very good arguments against it. But we may have to look at the possibility of a constitutional amendment if people want to go the way of most countries, including most of our allies, in rejecting what I think is a really ill-considered policy.
Right. Let's go to the other decision, and this is the president when he's considering what the Supreme Court is going to consider men playing and biological males playing in sports. What do you think the court is going to make of this one?
Well, the tea leaves here seem to favor the states. That is, the justices seemed ready to say that states could, in fact, limit athletes to their biological sex. And that's how we're sort of expecting this to go. Things can change in the drafting, but on that one, I think you bet for the states.
I'm curious, what is your message on this 250, considering the court and how it is, and people wanting to pack the court, get away from our founding documents? What's your advice?
You know, we're really seeing not a crisis of the Constitution, but a crisis of faith today. Many Democratic leaders saying they're going to pack the court. You've got deans and law professors saying they're going to trash the Constitution. This is something that we have to deal with as Americans. As I talk about Rage in the Republic, we were the fascination of the world. We were the first true Enlightenment revolution, based on the concept that our rights come from God, not from the government. We have to answer the question a Frenchman asked at that time, and asked, what then is this America? They were intrigued by these people that had nothing in common, that came together at this point in the globe and created the world's first major Enlightenment revolution. The question is, can we answer that today of who we were and who we are today? I think we can, but maybe this 250 will allow us to rediscover who we are. These are revolutionary times, but we're still a revolutionary people.
Everybody's not going to go to law school, and that is okay. We don't need more lawyers. But how can we educate the next generation about just the basics of our founding? Because I think it starts there, right?
You really put your finger on it. We've actually really lost civics education. In higher education, you have an echo chamber that is extremely anti-American, extremely anti-Constitution. You've got all these law professors wanting to amend the First Amendment and get rid of the Constitution. That echo chamber is really harmful, and it's producing young people that have no notion of who they are, who we are at this moment. We still represent the greatest hope for this world. We represent something different. And we represent a nation that believes that our rights belong to us to be fully human, given to us by God. That is still a novel and important principle that's worth fighting for.
It is, and we got to defend it to the very end. Professor,
my friend,
good to see you.
Good to see you.
So her pancakes made her into an internet star, but her journey to America.
Wow. All right. We should have some updates coming forth on that soon. Oh, nice. British fans hitting the road across the USA for the World Cup. Fun times. These are
What's
good.
it like meeting the president? What's he like?
Incredible.
Really interesting.
We had a good laugh and a joke together. It was a very brief encounter when he came off the stage, but yeah, certainly something I'd never forget. We got about 60 seconds together until he was ushered away, but we had a good laugh and a joke.
It must be a real surreal feeling to come over here for a quick visit and then turn into a national celebrity. You're raising money on GoFundMe that is keeping you going. How much have you raised on GoFundMe?
It was £14,000 last time I checked, but it's just.
So what are you going to do? We're going to continue the journey.
I'm hoping to stay out here as long as I can.
So all the states. What's the state you want to go see the most?
I want to go back to Texas. I loved it there, but I also want to visit California and then a few of the more southern states as well.
Go to Wisconsin. In the summer, there's nothing better than the lakes in Wisconsin.
She's from Wisconsin, so she wants you to see that.
And you have to go to the Grand Canyon.
Everyone's telling me to go to the state that they come from, and they're telling me the best things there. But it's incredible because I've been offered to be housed, fed, everything. So people are just supporting the journey and want me to continue. So it's fantastic.
When we talk about what we take from your videos and others who are experiencing America and seeing how great it is, do you feel like we kind of take that for granted and we don't appreciate it as much?
I think that is the case, yes, because I've had many DMs and comments saying, thank you, you're teaching me how to love America again, things to do, and that you can just go on these road trips, and you're very lucky to be able to go on the road trips, not need a passport or anything, and travel, because traveling to the different states is just like traveling to a different country. When I was in Dallas, flew to Boston, it was completely different. Then I flew to Washington, it was completely different again. And now I don't think there's anywhere in the world like New York, so.
Yeah, we're a very, people forget this, we're this regional country, and everywhere you go, it feels
different. Yeah, it's cool.
Do you also think that the international media has not portrayed America as it is?
I've not actually seen what the international media are portraying.
You were surprised at what you found here.
I was surprised at what I found. It was just because people were just so overly friendly, so overly accommodating to what I'm used to. But I can't speak on like how other countries are portraying America. I'm just blown away by my own experience and how great it is.
Neat. Alex Murdaugh back in court after South Carolina Supreme Court overturned double murder conviction. Really? That whole case is. I remember looking at that a while ago. Messy. Pelosi at the Pride Festival. Aww.
Take great pride in San Francisco and our LGBTQ community. And in this year of the anniversary of our founding of our country, the community has made America more American with its mobilization and its speaking out for its rights.
We're estimating there's 1 million people in the city right now. How does it feel?
Gross. Feels gross. It feels gross from across the country. It's disgusting.
Very exciting. My first one was 1987, so I'm kind of used to this glorious day.
Speaker Mayor, happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
No.
Take great.
Ugh. I hate this shit, man. All right, Department of State. Putting up them flags. There you go. No gay flags there. Thank goodness, not anymore. Crude oil $69 and heading down. Well, I don't know where things sit after what happened over the weekend, but yeah, okay, still about the same. Up a tiny bit, but not much. Okay, we saw that with Polymarket. That was interesting. One person killed and another seriously injured in a shooting. San Jose, California. It's been hosting a FIFA World Cup fan zone.
Welcome back
Just screening the matches. Probably over a bet or something. Disgusting. Starlink stepping up for rural America. Teaming up with 4-H, Tractor Supply, and USDA to bring high-speed internet to our kids and farmers in the heartland. Let's see it.
Starlink is teaming up with 4-H and Tractor Supply to connect youth in rural communities. No one should be stuck with second-tier internet because of where they live. So how does that work?
You know, 60 to 70% of rural America and our farmers don't have access to reliable Wi-Fi. And obviously Elon Musk and what he's done with Starlink, there is huge opportunity there. Bringing in 4-H, bringing in FFA, bringing in our rural development team from USDA, we begin to move out. That broadband is fine and it's okay and we're making progress, but Starlink brings us a whole new opportunity and option. So we're bringing that to about 100 different communities through Starlink, already out there through thousands of communities, but we have a long way to go, and we think this
it doesn't require all the the massive infrastructure investment that broadband does, because it's just taking internet down from the sky. Of course, it does come with its own set of issues like function in bad weather and whatnot, but it works. Apparently it works pretty well for the most part. Probably better than what most of, I don't know about most, but many people have out there, depending on where you're at. Visitors from across the country coming to the Great American State Fair. Happy birthday! Oh man, I had my speakers turned up way too loud.
America. This here is our Uncle Sam's tall walker. I love
that's great.
I love the red, white, and blue. I love America.
There's been a lot of pride for everyone's states and where people come from. Everyone cares about their country as a whole, not just individual states.
We really enjoyed talking to people. We've asked each person in the booths what their favorite fun fact is about their state. And there's been some really interesting ones. Like Oklahoma has the longest piece of Route 66 in the United States. I didn't know that.
Honestly, this is one of the most crazy events I've ever been at. Just being able to see the Capitol in person, just walking around and looking at all of this is just, it feels so good to be American. I mean, that's all I can say.
Wanted to see the Ferris wheel for sure and get a picture with it.
Celebrating it is what people should be doing, not fighting over it.
Georgia's handing out Waffle House hats
and Waffle House menus.
But neither of us have actually been to Waffle House.
My 10 years of service in the Marine Corps, and so I've had really special opportunities to talk a little bit about that with veterans who have come in.
Everybody's really excited.
Yeah, everybody's been wonderful.
So friendly. It's really been a good experience.
Everybody has a really great attitude about everything, and it's definitely a change for the better.
Florida's by
pretty
far
good.
the coolest.
Yes.
They have a room that's dedicated to their agriculture, and it literally smells like oranges.
Happy birthday, America. Thanks for being the best country in the world.
Nothing like America.
Nice. Trump checking in on renovation projects. Wait, literally? Personally? Huh, I guess so.
He's out of the car.
Okay, attorney representing the proposed data center DC blocks. Data center blocks, I guess. Says the data center is being built despite the public saying no. I don't know where this is exactly. Nashville. Nashville Zoo launched a petition that gathered a bunch of signatures against it.
This building is vested. They're going to build it. I
unfortunately cannot hear that.
We already have the permits in hand. We just want to work with the community
It's coming out of the wrong speaker.
Find a solution. DC blocks will not.
I
make
really
more-
need to get money together to. Oh God! Speaking of that, forgot to transfer money out of PayPal to the account to prevent getting overdrawn because we're like right at the line again. Until Rumble pays us, which should hopefully be in a few days. Hopefully. I mean, it's going to take a week or so. So if anyone feels like tossing money into the pot, now would be a good time. Like, really good time. Transfer. I want to see if I can set that up. Shoot. Japan introduces an virtual AI police chief to Osaka Prefecture. Creepy. To raise public awareness of imposter scams. Wow, Korea taps Samsung and SK Hynix to build a $576 billion AI chip drive to cement global leadership. What are they going to do exactly? What are they trying to build? Hopefully more RAM factories. Dang it. Yep, going to build 2 new chip fabrication sites. Goodness knows the world needs it at this point. Getting bad, and it's going to get worse over the next few years until at least 2030. Oh God! All right, let me check the PSB bank account here. Jeez, forgot to make that transfer this morning before banks opened. Yep. Did we get hit with the overdraft fee? No, thank goodness. It doesn't. Looks like no. Yeah, we were in the red, so that PayPal transfer just put us just back over the limit. Yeah. I don't know what it was that hit there. Some of the quarterly stuff. Yep. Yeah, if anyone wants to toss something in the pot, please do. It's a rough time until Rumble pays up. I don't know how much that's going to be this month. Hopefully a decent amount. I'm continuing to build. We got it working. Oh, I guess you can't really see that. The green screen's messing it up, but we're building away on all the new system stuff. And it's going well. I don't have anything to show yet because it's been working on a lot of like back end stuff that isn't like visually visible. Like back end function stuff. It'd be boring to get into, but basically the system that will take findings that are rolling in from people, from contributors, and will integrate them into the website automatically and tie information together and present it in a nice, visually pleasing way. Takes obviously a lot on the back end, including some AI agents that will be handling various, some of those tasks that can't be done by just hard code, deterministic code. It's like, just like if this happens, then do this. Like it handles the more complex stuff. So I can promise you the money will go to a good cause, to building some fun things. I also just added a Open Code Go subscription to alleviate some of my coding costs. Would recommend this to anybody that like wants to get into this. To great cheap coding subscription, and actually to get started, you don't even need to pay, because they have, I think they offer free models, with the caveat, of course, being that they require you to allow them to train on your data if you use the free models. So if you don't mind that, it's a good way to get started. But if you'd rather not, just pay the $5 a month. Or I mean, it's actually 10 a month, but $5 for the first month. It gets you access to a bunch of very good models, very cheap. I've been using it pretty extensively, and it's got a pretty deep well of usage for only $5 or $10. Takes a little getting used to a little initial setup, but I just ran my pops through it. I just got him using, actually, on that note, Grok. Grok build. If you have a blue check on Grok, on X rather, if you've got the premium, what do you call it? Yeah, here. You got that blue check mark, you're verified, you will absolutely have access to Grok build. You just go to grok.com and it'll pop up right there on the homepage. It says early access only for Super Grok and Premium Plus subscribers, but I'm a regular Premium subscriber and I had it. So all you got to do is, it's a little intimidating for people, some, but I promise you it's really not that bad. My pops took to it like fish to water. He's already using it to like you guys know he does like all the GOP stuff. He does work for like the local GOP party. He's precinct chair. I think he moved up to something above that, like a captain, or I forget exactly what, but so he's basically using Grok, the coding side of Grok build, to like organize their data, like look through like all of his personal contacts, like just outside of the GOP stuff. He's got like literally thousands of contacts from his years in business back when he ran his own company, and he still maintains relationships with a lot of those people, and then all of the new contacts he's made through all the GOP stuff that he's started doing over the last few years. So he wanted to take those two contact lists and like mesh them together, and there are some duplicates in those, right? Like some people appear in both lists, and in some instances one entry, like the old entry, will have like one email and phone number, and then the new one will have a different email and phone number, but for the same person, same name. So I got him on this. I told him, like, you shouldn't be doing that manually, bro. Like, are you insane? That's gonna take you days for like thousands of freaking people. Grok will do that in like 5 seconds, man. And I could see him like kind of struggling with the idea. Like, there's no way. Like, it can't. No, right? There's no way. And walked him through the process of installing Grok, and having it find the information on his computer, how to point it to a file, and it banged it out, man. It took both his lists from his Outlook contacts, looked through them, compared them, found duplicates, and melded them into one unified list with, put if one entry had one email and then the other entry had a different email, it now has both emails, but in one entry for one person. And it did it like that. So you can use it for like a lot of non-coding stuff. So don't think it's like just a coding thing. It's literally like any task that you do on a computer. Messaging people, like looking at your emails and summarizing them for you, and even responding to your emails for you in your own voice. You can have it like send you the response for you to approve before it ends up actually sending it off as an email to people. Which, like, if you are the type of person in your professional life that is like answering dozens, hundreds even of emails a day, that is insanely valuable. Saves so much time. But just for what we do, for like research, like this is, I'm telling you, if you have a Grok account, you should be learning how to use this for research, like for digging through official document stuff. Like the news is not doing that. They're like, obviously they handled the Epstein documents like a fucking train wreck, as expected. Same goes for every document dump that's ever happened, in living memory, I think. This is like the way to, it's like the path to regular people being able to do what the news just won't do, and do it fast. That's kind of part of what I'm trying to build, is a system that will allow everyone to do that on their own personal account, but then unify all those findings, all that info, into a knowledge base, like a collection of all the findings that can then be turned into articles, short videos, all automatically too. Should be able to make short videos with like animated infographics and subtitles and stuff. Perhaps even mixed in with one of you speaking. You do the voice track and it'll handle all the all the animation and infographics and display stuff automatically. It's going to be really interesting when I get everything built. So in the meantime, learn how to use Grok. Whether it's the coding side or not, the system should let you use the regular chat side too, if you don't want to get into, going into a frickin' terminal window and doing all this. It's I promise you, it's really not that bad, and it's way more powerful than what you get in the web chat, because it can build file systems on your computer. Like it can get access to your drive and access all of your own personal files if you want it to. You don't have to let it do that, but the biggest unlock with it is like it can build files. Like it can build a knowledge base on, like, say you want it to dig into the Epstein files, you put the Epstein files in a folder and tell it to just dig through this and create your own system for going through all the information and sifting through it and collecting findings and organizing all the interesting info. And it'll come up with a system of categorizing all the info, organizing it, sifting through it, writing scripts that will automatically like search through stuff and organize things into visible dashboards. Like it'll create a custom HTML website that'll display all the info for you in a nice, pleasing, visually pleasing way, you can kind of navigate through it intuitively. Like, it's nuts what it can do. So the chat is decent, but if you learn how to use the command line side, it is insanely, like, way more powerful. So try to do it, because if you do, you can start making like actual valuable contributions to the world, like finding interesting relevant things in documents and things people have said over the years. Like, I think of all the quotes from public officials over the years that may become relevant again after certain releases of documents, things being declassified, so on and so forth. Having to go through all that, like, no human will ever be able to do that. Not by themselves, but when you start making use of computers that can do all that legwork for you, it's can do some amazing stuff. Like, you ought to be taking advantage of the capability. Like, especially if you have a blue check mark and you're paying for it already. If you're paying for that blue check, all that usage that is allotted to your account is going completely unused. If you're not touching this. So learn how to use it, please. Because the system I'm building requires people knowing how to use that and digging through stuff with it in order to find stuff and get it into a unified system. So do it. I need you. We all need, like, if you want to build the new news in a way that can actually truly swing against the big guys, it's going to require people knowing how to use tools that will, what's the term Bannon uses all that? Force multiplier. All the time. Uses all the time. Take advantage of them. Frontrunner to become UK's next Prime Minister, Andy Burnham. Sounds like a train wreck.
Time has come to build the broadest possible coalition of people to lift Britain back up to where we all want it to be. What hope can we have that it will be different this time? That's the question I would be asking if I was a voter right now. It's the one I want to answer as clearly as I can today.
Interesting question. Brian Williams 17 says, Pinkin, this AI platform do Tartari digs. That's not my bag. But if it's yours, I bet you it would. I mean, especially Grok. Grok is a lot more willing to, like, the system I'm building will use any AI, whatever your AI system of choice is, whether it's Grok or Codex, ChatGPT, Claude. But I think Grok would probably be generally more willing to, excuse me, dig into a highly controversial and questioned topic like that. But yeah, it would. I seriously download Grok build and start playing with it. Just tell it to build a knowledge base on your topic of choice. It should be web connected from the get-go. You shouldn't have to set anything else up. And it'll shock you with the system it'll build, that it'll put together to organize all the info on whatever topic you're choosing. It's nuts. It just blows my mind every freaking day I use it. It's amazing. And Grok is getting quite good now too. Still not on the level of ChatGPT, just in terms of sheer capability and intelligence, but it's good. Oh, and speaking of, it sounds like Mr. Musk and Grok, SpaceX, XAI, whatever, are about to release Grok 4.5 which it sounds like is it's expected to be a very significant jump in capability, which would make sense because they just, like, you know, he has massive computing power on tap after the completion of those facilities, and a lot of talent and data from that recent purchase of Cursor. So the models coming from Grok are going to make significant jumps in capability in pretty short time. It's going to be well worth subscribing to them. I mean, it's already a decent subscription as it is, but I think they got a deal going right now for let me find it. Forget where you subscribe here. There it is. 7 days free for Super Grok, and then 100 a month for 3 months, then 300 after that for the big one, which I don't need that. They're not good enough yet, but after those new models release, that might suddenly become, if they're good enough, that might become my subscription of choice. We'll see. Record-breaking 72 million Americans expected to travel at least 50 miles over the holiday weekend, including more than 61 million by car and 6 million by air, making it one of the busiest and most expensive travel periods of the year.
Back here in the U.S., the countdown is on for the 4th of July holiday travel. Millions of Americans are expected to get away for the holiday. Let's bring in ABC's Andrew Dymburt. Andrew, what should we expect?
So those millions of Americans...
Brian Williams says, if Grok told them the Tartaria stuff is wrong, do you think they would finally stop all the Tartaria people? Nope. They'd keep going.
Are preparing to hit the roads, rails, and skies in what's going to be a pretty busy 4th of July travel holiday week. The TSA is expecting to screen about 18.7 million passengers between Tuesday and July 6th.
Yeah, like I said, Tartaria stuff is not my bag. Very much do not buy a single drop of it. But hey, if it's serious, if you have fun looking at that stuff, more power to you, I guess.
Thursday, July 2nd, projected to
certainly
be the busiest
entertaining
day as more than 3 million people take to the air. AAA says a record 72.2 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home over the holiday, surpassing last year's record. While nearly 5.9 million people are expected to fly, the strongest year-over-year growth is actually coming from other modes of transportation, like cruises, trains, and buses, but driving remains the top choice, with about 85% or so of holiday travelers expected to take a road trip as fuel prices start to cool a bit. Still, the national average for a gallon of gas is up over 61 cents from a year ago. Meanwhile, traffic is expected to start to build in the later part of the week. Thursday could be the worst of it. Lindsay?
All right, try and avoid that travel day, Andrew. Thank
Excuse me. Okay, let's see. Oh, is this more of this the search and rescue team getting turned away in Venezuela? Oh no, it's a different team actually rescuing someone. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, we'll jump to the Supreme Court rulings here in a second. No, it sounds like no birthright citizenship ruling yet again today. But Supreme Court rules 5-4 that states may count mail-in ballots arriving after Election Day if postmarked on time. Fucking bullshit.
More speed. More speed, and? 1 liter of fluid. Second was started when he left. This boy has only had 1 liter of fluid. That's it.
Good golly.
Yeah, good morning to you.
disaster in our backyards here. Kentucky. Insane flooding.
Well, officials are still in search and rescue mode this morning as the entire state of Kentucky remains under a state of emergency. But come with me and take a look at this road and the sheer force of the waters this weekend. Even over a small creek like this one, the water was so powerful that it was able to peel back parts of this asphalt and leave them shredded. Now, this is just one of multiple buckled roads across the state of Kentucky that led to dramatic rescues over the weekend. This morning, the death toll from overwhelming flash floods rising. At least 4 people killed in Kentucky. The governor declaring a state of emergency after torrential downpours triggered dozens of water rescues and left entire communities underwater.
Some counties got hit with almost record amounts of rain in very short periods of time.
The rapidly rising waters powerful enough to break through this backyard fence.
I can't believe that fence held all that.
Quickly turning roads into rivers.
Yeah, I'm not trying this.
This video posted to social media showing the moments after firefighters pulled one driver to safety. Just moments later, the vehicle is swept away. In Cumberland County, highways washed away. WKRN's Liz DeSantis was there.
Wow.
You can see the road I'm standing on has just completely crumbled away into the water below.
And in hard-hit Madison County, this church destroyed, swept off its foundation and washed onto a nearby road.
When I looked out the back door, I said, oh my gosh, guys, we gotta go. We need to go now.
Shannon Webb and her family were asleep when the storm took aim at their home.
Everything in the house is gone. The whole sidewall's out. It washed everything out.
And Robin, the storms also wreaked havoc in Tennessee, where one woman died, bringing the death toll in the region to 5.
Dang, man. Back in Venezuela, death toll now sitting at, excuse me, 1,430 and counting, with obviously thousands more missing still and presumed dead. Good golly. Jeez. Interesting. Comcast to split into 2 companies and spin off NBC, Universal, and Sky News. Trump posts that Iran has requested a meeting and that it will take place tomorrow in Doha. John Yoo, a law professor at UC Berkeley, to advise Joe DeGeneva on probe into inquiries of Trump's 2016 campaign and Russia. Prominent conservative law professor John Yoo agreed to advise Joe DeGeneva, Justice Department prosecutor now, on his probe of what President Donald Trump's allies have described as a grand conspiracy to upend Trump's first term in office through allegations of ties between his campaign and Russia. Russiagate is about to become very big again. That's one of the things I would love for our system we're trying to build here to focus on. I imagine there's going to be more documents coming, in addition to the ones we've already got, which are quite a bit. A lot to dig through, a lot of news to be discovered and made, things to make people aware of, work to do. We'd love for us to be doing it. In Venezuela, a woman showed how she survived the collapse of a hotel where she was staying with her family during a horrific double earthquake. Well, guess not. Something's fucked up with X here, I guess. Let's try reloading that. Okay, well, I don't know where that was, but we'll pick it up around here. More Venezuela. Let's see.
It has now been 5 days since the deadly earthquakes, and rescue crews from across the globe are converging here in La Guaira, the epicenter of a dire humanitarian crisis. They're now battling time and piles of rubble. We saw scenes of utter devastation in hard-hit La Guaira after 2 deadly earthquakes struck Venezuela last week. In the rubble, you could see remnants of people's lives, stuffed animals, a passport, and a kindergarten graduation diploma. Tens of thousands of Venezuelans are still presumed to be missing, and the clock is ticking. You're seeing scores of people and rescue workers from across the globe desperately looking for any signs of life. Some even digging with their bare hands. In Caracas, outside of a hospital, we saw loved ones scouring lists of patients, looking for any missing relatives. Genesis Fonseca was there bringing soup to her 6-year-old nephew, Maximiliano, who survived the quakes, while his mother did not. What is it that you will miss the most about your sister?
Hay todo. Su cariño, el amor que nos teníamos.
Everything. The love we had for one another, she told us. Amid the tragedy, moments of hope. Like this one, a man pulled out alive by rescue teams. And an infant trapped for days, also found alive. On Saturday, Kayla Serpa's nephew Kenger was also rescued. Serpa told us her 2 nephews and sister lived in a building that came crashing down. 11-year-old Kenger was the sole survivor. Serpa had a message for the U.S. We need more support, she says. More help. U.S. diplomat John Barrett says there are over 300 American rescuers on the ground.
We were with Venezuela before the earthquake, and we're even closer to Venezuela after the earthquake.
The amount of loss and pain we have seen here is impossible to quantify. We've heard from people who have lost their homes, their children, their spouses, and their siblings.
Is now nearing 1,500 after a pair of massive earthquakes hit there last week. Nate Foy is live in Venezuela with the latest on the ground. Nate.
Hey, good morning. So we are in the port city of La Guaira, which is ground zero of the destruction from these twin earthquakes. Behind me, you can see rescue workers still doing their thing this morning, which is dangerous because we had yet another aftershock. I want to get right into it. This used to be an apartment complex. You can see it has totally collapsed, and scattered across this city block are tokens of the lives that were impacted. Right here, you see a door with pictures of a family impacted by this devastation. I want to show you another live look just down the block to show you the scale of this. And keep in mind, you're only seeing part of the destruction. You now see a supermarket, or at least what used to be a supermarket, and behind that, an apartment complex that is still standing but is badly damaged. This is also where U.S. crews are doing the bulk of their work, including Fairfax County, which pulled a woman from a collapsed building yesterday.
The victims we're rescuing are deeply entombed in these structures, and this victim we just rescued took about 12 hours from when we made contact with her to we were finally pull her out of the structure. We'll be here as long as we're needed.
Fairfax County says they saved 3 lives yesterday alone, while American crews also saved a father and a son. Rescue teams are on the ground from Virginia, California, and Florida. They're working with the State Department, and so is the U.S. military. 130 Marines are arriving here in La Guaira to help reopen the port so that badly needed supplies can reach the most devastated areas. The USS Fort Lauderdale is also in the port of La Guaira, so opening that will help badly needed supplies reach the most critical areas. We'll send it back to you guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Nate. Well, we are live at the Great American State Fair, and meteorologist.
Thanks. Okay. Oh. Saw that one. Liberal women boycotting July 4th because Trump has taken away their rights.
July 4th, canceled this year. President having sex with children, going to war, bombing countries for no reason. walking back women's rights and making abortion, trying to make abortion illegal in Tennessee.
What?
July 4th is canceled.
How are you going to blame Tennessee state law on Trump? Like, what? Fucking idiot. Mind-blowingly stupid. Oh, man. An infant rescued. Oh, my gosh. Somehow. Some way. Totally fine. More or less, it looks like. Wow. Largest active wildfire in the U.S. has now exploded to more than 92,000 acres in Utah, still 0% contained as of Saturday night. Woman records herself stealing food and plates from Cece's Pizza.
Listen, before y'all come in the comments coming for me, just hear me out. Or shit, don't even hear me out. Just mind your business, okay? Yeah. Now, growing up, my parents would always take us to buffets, especially on Sunday.
To fucking Cece's,
go to church,
of course.
Go to Golden Corral, go to a
Oh,
buffet.
it's a Golden Corral, even better.
I remember going to buffets, and the people that I went with, they would have containers, like, you know, Ziploc bags and containers to fill it with food, chicken, whatever we was taking. Nothing was getting left over. We was taking any food we didn't eat, and also food from the buffet.
I bet you
Plates
was.
galore, okay? When I tell you they got their money worth, they got their money worth. So you know what? I thought inflation high, the kids always hungry. This mama is not wasting a thing. You feel me? Call it what you want, but around here, we call it prepared. Hit the like, follow, and comment. Bye. Listen, before y'all come in the comments coming for me, just hear me out. Or shit, don't even hear me out. Just mind your business, okay?
Around here.
Now, growing up, my parents would always
Around here, we
take
call
us to buffet.
that stealing. Crazy, I know. U.S. Attorney Daniel N. Rosen talking to CBS News after the capture of the alleged second-in-command in the Feeding Our Future scandal.
A huge arrest by the FBI today, 8,000 miles away.
Wow.
One of the last major
In
fugitives
Somalia.
wanted for COVID fraud in Minnesota, captured in Somalia.
With his arrest now, we can prosecute one of the biggest fish involved in the Feeding Our Future scheme.
Abdi Kerm Eidley. He hasn't been seen in Minnesota since November of 2021.
He was probably busy learning how to become an engineer or something.
He's accused of taking kickbacks while working for Feeding Our Future, recruiting the restaurants, the caterers, getting them involved in this scheme to steal roughly $250 million from the American taxpayer. He's allegedly the second in command behind Amy Bach. She was the ringleader that was just convicted. The program was meant to feed children during the pandemic, but according to investigators, those meals were either never delivered or the receipts were just so inflated that they claim to have been making thousands, even tens of thousands of meals to children who never even really existed. Eidley was arrested in Mogadishu. It was a joint operation between the FBI and Somali intelligence services.
The fact that we can reach into Somalia, it's no longer the safe haven that you think it is. We can reach into 4 corners of the globe and find our fugitives, regardless of where they try to hide and for what violation they're running from.
CBS News investigative team, the first to have this scoop from federal officials. We're going to continue to stay on this story. Check back here and stream CBS News.
Crazy. All right. Oh, you know what? I guess I never dropped the link out there. Yep. Please, like, it's now would be a very good time to help. It's not looking too good until Rumble shows up, which can take time because it's a check coming from Canada. What is it? There it is. Yeah, let me throw the link out there. There we go. And we'll put the PayPal too, my personal. There we go. No. Give me the Venmo. Page does not exist. That's interesting. Cash App. There it is. Okay. Let me see what else we've got. Where in the heck? There it is. Back in January 2010, Obama's DHS Secretary Janet Napolitano announces, that she signed the Haitian Temporary Protected Status Order.
Lastly, as has been widely reported yesterday, I signed the order beginning for the process of TPS status for Haitians already in the United States. This is a kind of an intermediate immigration status that allows those who are here to remain and to work. And as they work, of course, many send remittances back home. This in and of itself is a form of support to Haiti and a form of economic assistance to Haiti. To qualify, you must have been in the United States before January the 12th, the date of the earthquake. It will be good
quick
for
did that go out the window. All right, as we covered, yes, Supreme Court rulings ruling in. No ruling today on temporary protected status, or birthright citizenship, rather. Maybe next time. Anything else? No. Okay, I guess that's the latest. That's it for me. We're at the top of the hour, and Sir Fedora is in. Let me pop my share off.
Yes,
what's up, man? How you doing?
Hope you don't hear the humming in the background. The AC's on. We're getting up to 105 degrees.
Oh, ouch! Yikes!
Yeah, that's what do they call it? Real feel.
Man, well, have fun with that.
So I'm
hope your power don't go out.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I hope so. It should stay on all right. And I reset my modem and my computer, and hopefully I got a good clean start today.
Cool. Well, I'll let you get to it, man. Have a good show.
All right. Yep. Have a great day.
See you guys.
All right, guys.
Okay, YouTube friends, that's it for me. I will be back tomorrow morning. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. All right? So have a good rest of your day. Thank you all, as always. And we'll see you tomorrow.